All right. Oh, one of the last things we're going to look at is this area down here. You're going to do this a lot. It's going to set the current time. Hopefully, it should sync up to where you're at because it's get this time off the internet. And this display that we kind of looked at before, you can see the volume and the brightness here, your settings, and then it's got a few things for screen capture and so forth that you can look at. And you don't really need to worry about any of this stuff. You've also got the power button here. When you click that once, it shuts it off. And so now the way to turn it back on, you can see the light's going to be going off here in a second. So now it's off. And we can either close the display and open the display, which will turn everything on, or we could click the power button. So we'll just click the power button. Let's see if it's booting up now. You can see it's starting to boot up. It boots up really quick, and it leaves us just where we were. It's going to make you log in, so I got to log in. Because not sleep mode, you actually shut it off. Oh. There's our login screen. So I'll type that in there. Okay, and we're back and you see I'm just gonna press this Windows, select Windows. You can see everything's still up and running, just kind of where we left it. But what I want to focus on right now, as a matter of fact, I'm going to close some of that stuff off. So actually, I'm going to keep it open for a bit. But I want to focus on the menu here and specifically focus on...
I think we should explore new solutions.
So we close this.
Trust me.
Boom. Matter of fact, I'm just going to close it. Boom. That's closed. You can see YouTube's got nothing underneath it. And mail, I'm going to close mail. So goodbye. Clicking here. Pops open, and I'm just going to close it. Boom. So now that's closed. Play Store. I'm going to close that too. It's still loading, but I'm not gonna wait, I'm just gonna close it. So now the Play Store is closed, and calendar, I'm gonna close the calendar. Up top right here and click that X. And what else? We got maps here. Close that. Top right, click that X. And see everything's kind of closed except the browser. So anyway, back to what I want to talk about is in place you're going to manage all your apps, and that's under settings here. So you click settings, and it gives you this menu here. And here's where you can kind of scroll through all your settings. And I've got it all set up for you, so you don't have to do too much. But because all set up, unless you want to change things, but it should be all set up for you. But one thing you're going to come here a lot is your apps. So you click apps here. Now this isn't the App Store. This takes you to all the apps that are actually on your computer. So you see manage all your apps, and you see you got all those. You got a calculator you can use. You got Chrome there. We've seen that. Color Notes, a little notebook, note-taking thing that's kind of nice. It's kind of like your text editor. Docs, you've seen all those here, and I can just scroll through. If I want to make it bigger, I just zoom in, and that was a little bit much. So if it's easy for you to see, chat, Google Drive, all that stuff. But you notice Netflix is here. So Netflix is listed under one of your apps, but you notice it's not on your shelf because you have to pin things to your shelf. So when you go here under Netflix and you click this arrow, it'll tell you about Netflix. And the biggest thing to see here, it says pin to shelf. And so pin to shelf. And so we're going to pin it to the shelf, and that means it's just going to make a shortcut. And it's right down there now. So now when you click it, you're just one button away. And there's different settings under that you can use. And you can just play with that and then uninstall. If you ever don't like an app, you can just uninstall it. So I wanted to show you that. So that's pretty cool. So you use it a lot. So to get to your apps, to manage your apps, again, you're going to open this up, this bottom gray box. You're going to go here to settings. And I wish they didn't bury it, way at the bottom of the settings menu, but for some reason they did. So that's that. That's how you work at your apps. And again, this launch bar here, again, will tell you just if you want to search for something on your computer. So, a couple things I want to talk about on the, we'll close that up, on the keyboards is some writing things. So we'll open up our Google Docs here. Most keyboards in the top right somewhere, they've got a delete key. Now they've only got a backspace key here. They don't have a delete key. So to tell you what I mean is I'm going to open this doc here that's on your drive. And it says test hello doc, and I'm going to make it big. Then I'm going to reverse pinch it and just make it big. There we go. Then you got to find it. I lost it. There we go. Boom. All right, there we go. So, if I wanted to here, and this is just a demo, I could type whole bunch of things as a demo, So, the other thing I want to mention about the keys, I forgot to talk about earlier, above the numbers you see all these symbols like exclamation point, @, all that kind of stuff, the carets and all that, the parentheses. It's the two sets. So the way to get to the exclamation point is you hold down the shift key, and then you hold the one key and you type it. So I'm going to press down shift, and I'm going to type the one here, and you'll see it's going to type exclamation points. I'm holding down the shift key. If I wanted the @ sign, same thing. So now the backspace, the way that works is when I hit the backspace bar, it deletes from right to left. You see, I'm just pressing this. Pressing this, and it's just deleting right to left. Boom, 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 boom. Now, the other way around, if my cursor was here and I wanted to start deleting left to right, like the B in brunch, like say I put a wrong letter in there, I put T bunch, right? And I want to get rid of the T, right? So I'll put my cursor right behind it, but I don't want a backspace, right? I don't want to do this, but you want to do the opposite or alternate of backspace. So you're going to hold down the Alt key here, and that's going to give the opposite function of backspace. So I'm going to put this here and zoom in. So now on the keys, I'm pressing Alt and then the backspace, and it's deleting from left to right. And I'd show you this, except I don't have 3 hands. So the other thing that's handy, again, that's Alt, backspace, that deletes to the right. If I type backspace only, it goes right to left. So the other thing that's kind of handy is copy and paste, Control V, and Control C to copy, Control V to paste. I don't know why it's that. than highlighting and dragging text and files. So, for instance, if I wanted to copy this whole first line, and you may want to copy because you're copying web addresses and stuff, what you do is with two hands, I like to do it with two hands because it's hard with just one. So if I wanted to select this whole line of text, like if I want to select just a word, like this word hello, right? We'll get back into this. And I'm going left and right. You can see I'm doing my little 2-finger drag on the cursor, making this whole thing go left and right when I zoom in on it, just like I could scroll up and down if I wanted. But if I wanted to select the word hello, I gotta just, with one finger, click twice real quick, and it selects it. And if I wanted to copy it, I'll then try type Control-C. So hold down the Control button and the C button. So boom, boom. And it copies what I've got highlighted. Now if I wanted to paste that right underneath all this line, I hit Control-V. I don't know why it's V, but it is. So Control and V, when I click V, you see the word there. So every time I do that, I'm going to copy and paste. Now if I want to copy the whole line, this is where you need to have two words, 2 fingers in. So I can show you here. So if I wanted to copy this whole bottom line, I use two hands. So the first one I'm going to hold down and hold down, and then I'm going to drag to the right, and I'm copying that whole area. And then I let go of the right, and then I let go of the left. Now it's all selected. And so if I wanted to copy and paste it, I would then hit Control-C. I could just go Control-V now, and it's copy and pasted. And if I wanted to get rid of a whole bunch of text like those bottom 3 lines now, again, I'm going to press to select more than one word or line. I'm going to press, you hear that click, and then select it. Now if I just want to get rid of it, I can backspace it, boom, and it gets rid of all that stuff. So it comes in handy when you're looking on the web and typing and stuff. And that's the same way you're going to move files in your file manager. So I'm going to go to File Manager here. And we're going to go to, we'll go to your Google Drive here. And this one folder. And miscellaneous from Rich. So I've got a few files there. But say I wanted to take, these are all Vlad pictures. Say I wanted to take this file, credit card Vlad, gray shirt, and I wanted to take it out of this folder under the Google Drive, and I wanted to put it under your folder here, Will's first folder, right? So what I do is I go back to this miscellaneous from Rich, and I'm going to select the file with the same methodology with 2 hands. I'm going to select it with one finger pressed down, and then the second finger I'm going to drag it and just release into this folder. They call that dragging and dropping. So I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. See if it lets me do that. No, it won't let me do it. So anyway, so this gray shirt. So I'm going to click it and hold on to some. On the left hand, I was holding down